Well, I think just the logistical nature of Bitcoin as a tool for making grants is something that I think is happening at a wider scale than people think, because organizations and foundations aren't necessarily going to tell you if they're using Bitcoin. And I've met some of the most famous NGOs in the world recently, and some of them have told me they're using Bitcoin, but they're not. You would never know that because it's an internal financial matter. But at the end of the day, it's becoming clearer to people that if they need to move money to a recipient or a grantee in whether it be Cambodia or Somalia, or even if you're in Europe and you need to get the money to Florida, whatever, like, the fact is, this is often the most elegant way to do it. It's the cheapest way to do it. It's the fastest way to do it. It's the most direct way to do it. And the local authorities cannot stop it. And that's what's really important. Like, you know, what people often miss is that if you are an entity in the United States making grants, okay, the recipient has to fill out some sort of lightweight paperwork. It is what it is. We're a 501c3, so is every other grant-making organization, right? The thing is, when it comes time to actually send the money, if we send a wire to somebody in Egypt, it literally says in giant capital letters, Human Rights Foundation. Okay, that means that person's bank account's going to get frozen right away when the money arrives. They're going to get called in for questioning. Potentially they'll get arrested. Potentially the money gets confiscated, okay? If we send them Bitcoin, the government has no idea. No idea at all. So this is the power of it. It's so radically different and powerful for grant making. Forget ideology or anything about scarcity or economics. This is just a basic thing that's as simple as, well, why do you use email and not write me a letter? Well, because I'm obviously going to use email, right? Like, people are just going to eventually just replace the bank wire with Bitcoin, I think, in many of these scenarios. And that's something that people aren't, I think, quite thinking about enough. That's already happening and is going to happen at a more rapid pace moving forward.